Do you ever feel those moments where everything is kind of just like you're just going through the motions and life is just sort of, I don't know, slowing down? Everything is just day by day. You can't see past the next few days. Every day is just the same. Because I feel like that's pretty much how I've been feeling the last few weeks. And it's basically why I haven't been uploading any videos. I like get super excited at the start, and then like halfway through I'm trying to film something, it's just I end up either losing my track or losing time, or just end up not and saying anything because I don't really have anything to say. I don't have anything to do, and I don't know if I'm just depressed or if I'm really upset about the fact that I'm still super heavy, and that kind of makes lifting just not fun because it really hasn't been like fun. Like I haven't had fun lifting in a long time. I want to say like even throughout my entire collegiate cup prep, it's just been sort of boring. Meh. I don't get excited about working out. I don't get excited about going to the gym anymore. It's kind of like a 9 to 5, you know. I just go in, I punch a clock, I do the work, I go home. And, you know, when that attitude starts to happen, the work becomes like the bare minimum. It's become subpar. It becomes just what do I have to do to get through this session versus going in there with intent and attacking my workouts like I used to do. I used to be so fiery. I used to have such drive. I had big dreams. I had big aspirations. I was doing so well for so long, and I feel like I've lost that along the way. I don't know if this is a normal part of just sort of being an intermediate lifter. I don't know if it's because my physique is so grotesquely unaesthetic. I don't know if it's because I backtracked all the progress that I made over the last few years, and now I'm sort of stuck having to redo everything that I tried to do before. I don't I don't know what it is, but like for almost as long as recent memory serves, it just hasn't been fun. Like lifting is not fun anymore. It's work. And I don't know what I can do to fix that, you know? Like what do you do when the one thing in your life that is supposed to be sort of your break from reality, something that you're relatively good at. Like I'm not a great lifter. I'm actually pretty mediocre. But like compared to average people, I'm like hella strong. I know a lot. I've been in this game for a decent amount of time. Like what do you do when that thing becomes something that you are just trying to get through? And I feel like a lot of intermediates experience this when the progress starts to stagnate and you start having to need to be more patient with your gains. But I feel like I've been an intermediate for a decent amount of time. And this is sort of the first period where I'm actually starting to feel it. Like I said, maybe it'll help the weight loss. Like if I start feeling good about myself, my body, if I start feeling comfortable in my own skin, perhaps it'll change and I'll, get some of that fire back. I'm just, crossing my fingers and hoping that something pans out and I'll be able to become myself again and feel good. That's probably one of the reasons I haven't uploaded it a lot, like I'll start stuff and I'll stop. And yeah, it's not been a very good 3 weeks, I will say. Like mentally, physically, in the gym. I really don't know what to do. I'll be honest. I think, it's one of those things where it's like you get out of it what you put in. And if you put in subpar work, you'll get subpar results. If you put in, half-assed effort, if you don't, do the things that are going to make you more successful, how can you expect success? perhaps it's more mental, more attitude adjustment that I need versus something physical. But I don't know how long it's going to take for me to feel that way again, because I did backtrack all my progress. I am back where I was so many years ago before I even started. In some ways, I feel like I've regressed not only as a lifter, but as a person. Like, am I the same person I was in 2018 when I stepped into the gym for the first time? Is this really? I've grown like zero? I've become exactly who I was? A loser? It's like sometimes you just go places. And here's the thing, it's like I'll be thinking this stuff inside the gym. And I think that fucks up my entire workout. Like, you start thinking those stupid thoughts, they creep into your head. You can't help it. You don't want to feel this way. But here you are, once again, just contemplating, like, the road ahead, the long journey. And it feels bad, man. It feels bad. We're in a hypertrophy phase, if you made it to the end of this depressing ass video. We're in a hypertrophy phase, so there are no more singles. Basically high volume, high reps. Doing 9s for my primary benches, 8s for Larson's, 5s on these 3 counts, and 4s on tempos, which I guess those aren't really high volume, but you know, they do last forever. They tend to be really long, so something's got to change. And I don't like, forcing discipline is a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but maybe that was just my naivete. I mean, it takes 21 days to build a habit. And if everybody could be disciplined, they would be, right? It's just like being strong or having a good physique. So maybe it does require a lot of conscious effort, like way more conscious effort than I think. And perhaps the only way to figure out if that's the case is to just fucking do it and see what happens.